everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Your Competitive Edge with Baird and Warner. I am Lauren Walker from Inman, and today I get to chat with a designated managing broker, Francis Simons, who's going to talk to us about this idea of a tech test. Francis, you have agents in your office who are coming to you, asking you about technology, and we had a great conversation before this, so I'm really excited about this. Thank you so much for being here, by the way.
Oh, well, thank you for having me. We're excited to be here with you.
Great. So let's just start from this perspective of technology is this huge topic, and it's one that everyone's on board with. Of course, you need technology in real estate, but which technology and why and what does it do? And so would you kind of talk me through your high level view of what the role of technology is in real estate?
Sure, absolutely. Well, it's interesting because at Baird and Warner, we don't consider ourselves a technology company. I know a lot of
That's very trendy right now.
I know it's going against the grain, but we don't. We consider ourselves a people company above all else, right? So we feel technology is important, but this is such a relational business. There's a lot of emotion, there's a lot of complexity, and we really like to put the agent front and center. We view technology as an enhancement, right? Technology should solve problems, technology should make the job easier, and that's one of our focuses with technology is at Baird and Warner, it's all about easier. We want it easier for our clients, easier for our broker associates, and then how does technology solve for that?
Got it. And so when you're thinking about the business in terms of relationships, you're trying to connect those dots, between the technology and the relationship. Is the technology driving the relationship? Is that accurate?
Exactly. So, we talk about it being a very relational business, and we want the agents front and center at that. So, there's many things that technology can do. And as we look at all of the offerings in the marketplace, agents are getting bombarded all the time, right? Everybody wants a piece of their pocketbook. Yes. So how do they discern? It's very overwhelming. So we try to help them to do that by doing a deep dive on, we've never been a company, as being 166 years old, I believe we're the oldest independent brokerage, which is crazy, but we are, we've got a deep history, but we're hugely progressive. And as we look at technology for the agents and help them to discern, we have a very rich toolkit for them. But we look at what problems does it solve for, what opportunities does it create for them, and then how does it help them attract and build their relationships and go deeper with those, and also find new opportunities that they can leverage too.
So what would you say are the buckets of technology tools that agents should focus on? I mean, we can't just say, okay, you don't need anything, because you clearly do, but where would we start? What do you think is most important?
Sure. So yeah, because it is so overwhelming, I want to simplify it, right, for the purposes of our conversation here. So one that seems maybe too obvious to even talk about is the smartphone, right? So the agents, they're very mobile today. And they're on the go constantly. Their businesses are dynamic. Every day is different. So the smartphone, I don't think, can be overlooked. But in and of itself, because they can do business on the golf course, they can do business on the beach in Mexico if they need to, right? That's the beauty of this business. But, the smartphone really is their mobile office. Yes. So I don't like to just gloss over that. And then through that, in all the various apps and things that can be created, the technology that can be integrated to that, they have everything they need on their smartphone or their tablet. So that's number one. The second one I like to say is a robust CRM, a client relationship management system. And many in the industry would say that without a database, you don't have a business, right? And so the relationship management system you have to manage that database is crucial. And those systems have evolved to a bit, and I think they need to be more robust today than they ever have been. And they need to have more integrations than they ever have, right? They can't just be static and have contact information and calendar tools. I mean, that's good. But nowadays we need to look at where's the industry going? What do the agents need to compete within that tool? How is the consumer behaving? And how can we meet the consumer where their expectations are? So some of the things that it needs to have are integrations to texting and email. Video is big, right? So can an
Yes.
agent within their CRM create video and embed it into an email, send it out in their newsletter with a couple clicks? Does it have voicemail drop capabilities and things like that? Does it have the ability to generate leads? We want our agents not paying for third-party leads. So we feel that a CRM needs to deliver on that too. However, one thing I personally have believed, because in the days when I used to, sell and I was in the field, is, I'm running a business, right? So I want to be able to have a snapshot of my business at any point in time. And I think a lot of CRMs are missing the boat to integrate those two things. I think some can do the CRM and the emails and the texting and even the video well, and some can do the business dashboard well, like where's my pipeline, how does my pipeline look, how does my closed business foot to my goals for the year, and where's my revenue at, right? I haven't found one yet that does them both well, so I think there's opportunity there. But ideally, they would have all the CRM components. Behavioral automation is important. What are your clients doing? What are they looking at? And then all of some of the other features we talked about already. And then bringing in the business dashboard would be very powerful, because at the core of it, realtors are business owners, right?
Yes.
I joke, I don't train realtors, I train business owners, and that would make a nice full suite for them. So, but the third thing I think is really important, if I can boil it down to just three, is video. Something to enable video. And, that goes back to the smartphones can do that too. You don't have to get very sophisticated, because the video then opens up to a lot of marketing opportunities, right? You can put that on social media. You can embed that within your monthly newsletter that you send out. You can, publish your own and claim your own YouTube channel. Or you could do just a quick little, snap of yourself doing something with a client and send it to the client. So video and ability to do video, I think, would be a great third technology investment.
So if we can bring it back to Baird and Warner, and I know you said we're not a tech company, but that doesn't mean you don't have technology tools. What are the specific tools that Baird and Warner has brought so that people don't need these third-party tools to deliver leads, to, be mobile first? Can you mention a few of those?
Yes, I can. So a couple of things. So our overarching mantra in the company is it's easier here, right? So we want to make it easier for the client experience. We want to make it easier for the broker associate to conduct their business and engage the client. So one of the coolest things we have is our BW dashboard. And that is a portal through smartphone or a tablet that is a portal into all the tools you need to conduct your business. It could be, and there are all these tiles. It's really cool. So it could be a tile to access .loop for e-signatures. Could be a tile to go into marketing services and order your brochures for your new listing. You can do that while you're sitting on the park bench watching your kids on the swing, right? So the dashboard is so cool. And also it launches to our mortgage company and our title company and just all those kinds of things to make it easier right there. So the dashboard has been pretty cool. Another thing we do is within our CRM is we really pushed our vendor to build out their core offering to really fit the needs of our company and how we want to use it. And I think that has been pretty cool. And a lot of the integrations that I said that it should have are those things that we do have as a result of that. So our agents can do video from within their CRM. They can do marketing. They can generate leads from the CRM at no cost to them, which is pretty cool. And those are two things. So a third thing I'll share is a suite of services called Balance. Balance is in the last 18 months or 2 years new to Baird and Warner. And it's the whole goal of Balance is real estate the way it should be for the agent, right? We want them to be able to scale their business. We want them to be able to have a life, right? And so those are the two overarching things, but also increase their ROI on how they're spending their time. So within the Balance program, there's offerings for unlicensed activities and licensed activities. So brokers can spend less time working in the business and more time working on the business, making contacts, being front and center. And so with that offering, we've integrated an app we built out so that brokers can order services. right? They can order unlicensed services. They can order, if they're tied up and they can't make a showing or can't make a home inspection, they can order licensed services, and we handle everything in the back through that technology portal, which is pretty cool.
That's amazing. And so if we bring it back to this idea of a tech test, I feel like, the way you kicked off talking about the relationship, and that's kind of what you want folks to come away with, right? Is like, as you look at these resources, as you build your tech stack, whether it's with Baird and Warner or somewhere else, what should you keep in mind as you add a tool or assess a tool?
Sure. So I think there's a couple lenses to look through. One is enterprise-wide, right? And how is it fitting into our vision, what we want to deliver? But then for the agents, what is going to drive most efficiencies in their business, and what problems are they solving for? And at Baird and Warner, our toolkit is so rich that the agents don't need to go out and buy things on their own. And if they're looking to buy something, we probably already have it, and probably have it at a better cost too. So they need to do it within the company. But and then, is it allowing them to scale? I think that is so important. We believe at Baird and Warner, when you join us, you have an instant team here, and you don't need to hire an administrative assistant. You don't need to hire an inside sales associate. You don't need to bring on buyer's agents that you now need to manage to and deliver leads for, right? We can do all of that within the technology that we offer and the way we deliver it, which is probably most important.
Well, for a company that's not a technology company, you have a pretty robust technology stack.
Right, exactly. But it's the focus. The focus isn't about the technology, right?
Exactly.
It's about the technology empowering the agent.
I love it. I love it. Well, Frances, thank you so much for talking us through that. We got a lot in. And there's so much to unpack. So I hope folks were giving themselves time to listen and take notes. So thank you again for sharing your expertise today.
My pleasure. Great spending time with you.